The impending birth of the Duchess of Cambridge's first child is one of the most anticipated royal births in decades. Analysts at the Centre for Retail Research estimate a £243 million boost for the British economy as a result of the third in line to the throne being born, be it a boy or a girl, now that the order of succession law has been changed. So with the rumoured due date of July the 13th just around the corner, IBTimes UK decided to lift the lid on a very significant royal birth.
You can see there's a lot of high street options. I believe she's worn the Zara jacket, very 60s, pink checks.
Ever since Catherine Middleton started dating Prince William, she's been under media scrutiny. And since they got married, the public seemed to love them all the more. So much so that her influence is tangible. It's called the Kate effect. Pictures crammed into women's magazines week after week after week, her eclectic fashion sense being a source of inspiration for many. Case in point, the Dalmatian coat she wore recently to launch a new cruise liner sold out within an hour of the footage being beamed around the world.
I mean, she's very well known for being a real supporter of high street brands. I mean, ever since she came into the public eye, we've seen her in Reiss, Topshop, Whistles, you know, and I think she's still doing that now. It hasn't changed, but she does mix it up a bit more with designer brands and particularly custom-made bespoke brands as well.
Do you think then that her influence is going to be enduring? Because at the moment she's wearing things that are obviously fitting her size because she's, you know, not far away from giving birth. Do you think the influence will have any impact on maternity clothes at all in the market?
I don't think necessarily maternity specific. We certainly know she has a huge impact on the public and she really drives them to buy things. I mean, we've seen items, she wore a great plains dress, which, you know, it's not high up on, you know, the top fashion brand list, and it was literally sold out within a couple of days, but it wasn't a maternity dress, it was just a plain dress that she wore while she was pregnant. I think that she's always had the ability to influence people, but I don't necessarily think retailers will pick up on it and do better maternity ranges. I think they'll just be more aware of making a more comprehensive collection, and I definitely haven't seen her wear anything that's been very specific to maternity wear.
St James's Palace recently confirmed that Kate will be having a natural birth and not a C-section. She will also follow tradition and give birth in the private Lindo Wing of St Mary's Hospital in Paddington. The baby will be delivered by a team led by Marcus Setchell, formerly the Queen's gynaecologist.
It makes sense because she's already under the care of medical professionals in London. We understand that she's probably had all of her scans in London. She's moving into her new apartment in Kensington Palace after the baby's born. They're renovating that place. That's Princess Margaret's former apartment 1A. So they need to be around the capital, and I think with all of that put together and the fact that they're leaving Anglesey shortly because William's leaving his post at RAF Valley to do something else in the military, it all points to the Lindo Wing, and of course history will be repeating itself because that's when William and Harry were both born.
I wonder what she'll feel about that, kind of giving birth in a place that has so much tradition and heritage with it.
Well, when it comes to hospitals and things, to be fair, the royals do stick to tradition. You know, the King Edward VII Hospital, of course, chosen for Kate when she had her very excessive morning sickness at the beginning of the year. That's closely associated with royalty. They've taken care of the Queen Mother, Princess Margaret in the past. Equally, we would have thought that all along she was hardly going to go into a normal NHS labour ward, much as we might like that romantic ideal of her being down with the kids, so to speak. Actually, you know, it's going to be a private wing, she's under private consultants. That makes sense, and I think there's a nature of history repeating itself, but to be fair, I think Princess Diana felt very well served by the staff at the Lindo Wing when she had her boys. We'll expect the photo call, we'll expect a christening in due course with obviously the splattering of royal and non-royal godparents that you'd expect. But generally speaking, as far as her going in and having the baby is concerned, it's all relatively normal.
I've come along to the heart of Kensington to check out an exclusive boutique where the Duchess of Cambridge has actually been spotted shopping. I'm going to talk to the owner and find out what sorts of products are on offer here for expectant mums. Isabella provides a bespoke furniture design service for parents who are setting up their home nursery, and it doesn't just stop at furniture.
So this is our main field, and obviously with that the whole interior design comes. So we do all the other accessories for the room, rugs, wallpapers, fabric, whatever you can produce from the fabric. Then we do lighting and all the accessories, like for the bed, to dress the bed, bumpers, bed linen, blankets, baskets. You really need a lot, so there's like a never-ending story to have a perfect setup of the nursery. We're talking to our clients, we understand the client, we travel to the house of our client to understand how they live, what style they like, and just to be able to advise them better and just to do all the measurements. So we want to get them to get as easy experience as possible, because we appreciate there's so many decisions. They might feel overwhelmed with having to make so many choices, so we're there to help them.
Kate and her mum were seen leaving Blue Almond's store with a neutral coloured basket.
Our customers, sometimes we see them, they don't like to discover to know the gender of their baby. Not everybody wants to know it's a boy or a girl, so we work with not knowing the sex of the baby as well. For that, obviously, for the furniture, we go very neutral, like a soft grey or just white or beige. There are different ways of indicating boy, girl.
William, Duke of Cambridge, is going to have 2 weeks paternity leave, so is he the nappy changing type?
I think generally these days British fathers are said to be quite hands-on, and I think men these days are more metrosexual than ever. And is Prince William one of them? Well, certainly. I think because all of their friends are at the stage where they've been recently married or they're starting to have children, William and Kate are quite versed with how it's done, and I think actually the way they bring up the children will be a very middle-class, typically British affair, and it won't necessarily be that aristocratic. Of course the baby will be royal, whether it's a boy or a girl. Because of a recent succession law change, it will become king or queen regardless, queen particularly because in the old days girls could be superseded by younger brothers to the throne.
So what sort of mum will Catherine be?
I'd say that she'll just be a very normal, regular mum. Of course, in the press at the moment, the big story is that she's moving into her mum's house when she has the baby because she wants to do something that most young mums would do, and that's totally breaking all protocols. So I really think that that's going to be a sign of how she doesn't feel the need to be any different.
And our royal tipster reckons that Will's and Kate's firstborn has got something of a more, dare I say it, normal life ahead of him or her.
But I think really people might have this idea of everything being served on a silver spoon and Kate being surrounded by, huge troops of staff, but that's actually not really the couple's style. They've only employed so far a housekeeper. They haven't employed a nanny yet. I think she will in due course, but they've very much made it clear to friends that they want to be as normal a new parents as possible. And in that regard, I think Kate wants to be very hands-on and have the sleepless nights and experience all that herself. Equally, Prince William will want to be on hand too. So I don't think this is going to be a case of the baby being farmed out to somebody else. I think both William and Kate will be very much involved from day one.
And to get in the swing of things, Blue Almonds is releasing a new line.
At Blue Almonds, we decided to show our own interpretation of royalty, what it means to us, how we see the royal nursery and what's our vision behind it. And we will be launching end of this month, end of June, a royal collection, which would have some furniture pieces coming together with nice accessories, with some chairs, lighting, beautiful bed linen. And the colors will be predominantly white, silver. It's under production now, so hopefully people are gonna like it. Let's see.
The Centre for Retail Research has forecast that the British public will spend around £156 million on commemorative royal baby books, DVDs, knickknacks and the like. Just check out these items on the Highgrove and Buckingham Palace websites. Cute? I'm not so sure. Analysts say we'll also stock up for Jubilee-style parties, splashing out £25 million on food. And we'll be spending around £62 million on booze to wet the baby's head. So lucky for me that I uncovered the existence of two rather regal cocktails, the Golden Heir and the Sapphire Heir, which you can make at home and celebrate in style. Something which analysts reckon some 4.8 million of us will be doing with some manner of alcoholic libation or another. I roped Dawn in to take the taste test with me. So with those mind-bogglingly boozy figures showing off just how much the UK will benefit from this new royal baby, all we can say to that is cheers. Oh, and not forgetting that we think Kate will be having a baby boy.